Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Monday, August 24th, 2020. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys had a safe and good weekend. Okay, want to bring you information pertaining to the Fort Hood soldier that is currently missing out of Texas. This story was just updated yesterday, so if you need verification for the storyline, please log on to the New York Post. A soldier who went missing from Fort Hood had lodged a sexual abuse complaint before he disappeared last week, authorities said. Sergeant Elder Fernandes, 23, who was last seen Monday when he was dropped off at home in Killeen and was reported missing on Wednesday, was the alleged victim of abuse at the troubled Texas Army base, officials said. The unit sexual assault response coordinator has been working closely with Sergeant Fernandes, ensuring he was aware of all his reporting, care, and victim advocacy options, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Brodingham, Fort Hood's public affairs officer, said in a statement. Officials said Fernandes was involved in an open sexual abuse investigation but did not provide details. Brodingham said the soldier was transferred to another unit to ensure he received the proper care and ensure there were not opportunities for reprisal. Fernandes went missing after being discharged from the Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center, but it was unclear why he was at the hospital and whose address he was dropped off at, according to KWKT TV. Sorry about that. We need answers, Fernandes' aunt Isabel Neves Fernandes told the outlet. We need to know where my nephew is, my sister's son is. We need to know that he's okay. We need to know that he's alive. Neves Fernandes said her nephew's car was filled with his belongings when he went missing and that he had rented an apartment and set up all the utilities but never showed up to get the keys. At least 5 soldiers from Fort Hood have died this year, including Vanessa Gillian, 20, who went missing and was later found dead and mutilated. Another soldier, Aaron Robinson, was suspected in the murder but took his own life before he could be taken into custody. Earlier this month, the body of SPC Francisco Gilberto Hernandez Vargas, 24, was pulled from a lake near the base. And as I state, this is the New York Post, updated yesterday morning. Okay, so we have another Fort Hood soldier missing by the name of Elder Fernandes. And he is a 23-year-old young man missing, who obviously was just getting ready to move into an apartment, set up utilities, he has not gone to pick up the keys from owner, landlord, whomever, management. He was also allegedly dropped off to an address by an official from the base. It states, it says he also has a coordinator that has been working with him with the care and the reporting of this alleged abuse. The fact that he was transferred to another unit to ensure he received the proper care and ensure that there were not opportunities for reprisal. I'm going to tell you what I think. Either this young man has gone AWOL from feeling unsafe, abused. He might have fear to go back. Because let's be truthful. We see that these people stick together in the military. They will cover for each other. They will lie for each other. And you see this with lots of groups and entities and organizations where people will lie. They'll go down in flames for somebody else. And when you got this type of situation of a young man accusing someone of sexually abusing him, and God forbid we're talking about another man, okay? Hell, it could be a woman abusing him. I don't know. But let's say it's a man sexually harassing him, touching him, whatever, raping him, whatever. It ain't good. And especially this person is highly regarded in the military. And even if he ain't, they'll stick with him, ride or die with him. As I state, go down in flames with him. And they're not going to want to accept the fact that this person is sexually abusing a man. Put that on paper. What? Yeah, I said it. We're going to keep it real. Is this young guy, what? A homosexual? I don't know. But let's just keep it 100 because this has now come out. If his accuser is a male and he's doing this to this guy who he obviously may think is a gay man, come on now, really? But it doesn't matter if this guy is gay, openly gay, You don't have any business saying anything to him out of the way sexually. You don't have any business touching him, and nor do you have any right to be sexually assaulting him. And it is rape, but sexual assault just sounds better. All this is nasty, messy, what I'm repeating right now. Because now that you hear that this young man is saying to an official that he's been harassed or whatever, assaulted, they've moved him out the group that he was working in. You know it's already gotten out on that base. Somebody knows other than who he reported this incident to. Other comrades know that he moved out that group to go to another workplace. You understand what I'm saying? They know, and they're talking. And who's to say that when he got dropped off, he got dropped off, if you know what I mean. Come on with it. Someone from the base took him to the said location, and we don't even know where he was even dropped off to. And now this guy is missing after he has filed an open complaint against 9 times out of 10, probably superior. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. But whomever the person is assaulted this young man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And if you all have seen the pictures of this young man, he's a very petite young guy. Would be considered boyish looking because, you know, he's a very small frame young man. And this person easily took advantage of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is foul and it's rank. Vanessa's situation is most indeed foul because she was murdered by her own comrade. But to now see a young man up and rising in the ranks and to be sexually assaulted, harassed by another male figure there, it's even more heinous. It's just as heinous. You understand what I'm saying? And now he's missing. So now we're starting to wonder, well, where is he at? Is he just out there on his own because of what's going on with his situation at the base? Or did somebody get him missing because they didn't want him to keep talking about what happened to him on that base? This is bad. This is really, really bad. And it's outrageous. All these situations pertaining to these young people being harmed by their own comrades, being harmed by others on the outside, suicide, it's all the same to me. You've got some troubled people on this base. You got some troubled people in superior positions. And you got troubled people in that damn town of Killeen. And this is sickening. And yes, I know crime happens in many places, but come on now. We're talking about an army base. We shouldn't have any of these stories coming out to the public. Depression is one thing. PTSD is one thing. But murdering your own comrade, killing army men and women is outrageous. One after the other, missing, found here, dumped off here, cut up here. Enough is enough. I think that this base needs to be closed, considering all that has happened lately. When you start approaching 9 different people being harmed on a base in a year's time, the year hasn't even folded yet, you have a major problem. And something needs to be done at this base. And I think it needs to be closed. You got this civilian panel trying to ascertain what's going on the base and the climate of the base, sexual harassment, this and that, racism. Honey, chalk all that. Do your homework, put it down on paper, give the file to the government, whomever, and close the base and be done with it. Because there's something sinister going on at Fort Hood. There's something sinister going on in Killeen, Texas. And I'm saying it. That's the spoken word for today. Praying for this young man, praying for his safe return home or to someone. Notify him or he notifies somebody, let somebody know he's okay. And I'm praying that he has not been harmed because this does not look good now that someone is verifying a sexual abuse report. Prayers for Fort Hood. Prayers for this young man, his family. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I'm a couple days late on this storyline. Kind of rested up this weekend. Long weekend. Thanks a lot for joining me. Just thank you for listening. Drop your comments below and tell me what you think is going on at Fort Hood because I have no idea. I have no earthly idea. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Bye-bye.